I would like to talk about my adventure that I just had at Sprouts. First and foremost, before I begin, I just want to say there's nothing sadder in life. Maybe there is, I just don't know. So, there's nothing sadder at this moment in life than watching a middle aged white guy play rap music really loudly. There's just something about it. I'm just like, dude, get a fucking clue. Anyways, so I go to Sprouts, right? I actually, for a Fifi store, I kind of like them. Only reason why is because I like their tuna sandwiches, and I don't like to buy the prepackaged crap. I like for them to make it because I want to watch them work. Watching them work to make me a sandwich makes it taste that much better. So I'm going in there, and I'm looking in the cold food section, right? The prepackaged food section. And I see this woman, right? She's attractive. She's tall. She has dark hair and glasses, right? Fair skinned, nice lips and glasses. Kind of reminds me of somebody. And so she's attractive. So she was standing in the aisle. And I went by her. And I don't know. Can you guys tell me, anybody that's watching this, can you tell me, can you please tell me, can you tell me, am I the only one that if there's an attractive woman and I have to, and you have to like to grab something in public at a store that's next to them, do you get nervous because you don't want them to think that you're leering at them? Or are you, you don't care and you just want to get close to them because they might find you attractive and might want to fuck you the same night? I know there's guys out there that they just do stuff like that, but me, I've always been like that. I've never wanted it appeared, that I'm like lusting or leering after a woman. That's why I wait until I go home to cuck out before I do that, or my motel or van or trailer, wherever the fuck I'm going to live. So anyway, so enough about that. And then I'm going to go get a sandwich, but they're like really busy because this fat woman, it looks like she's ordered like 17 sandwiches. I'm like, what the? So I don't feel like waiting for her to, get all the sandwiches. She's probably like, oh yeah, I'm having a party, like a sandwich platter. Like, girl, you're probably gonna eat all that. So anyways, before all of that, when I went into the Sprouts, there was this little, like a little white woman, and she was probably mid-40s. She had like 3 kids with her. Obviously they were hers because they looked like her. And she, amazingly enough, she was with her husband, and she still had a really nice body. So I was like, yeah, you must not work, because that's a job in itself. Taking care of 3 kids, all under the age of 6, and making sure that your body is nice for your husband, because you don't want him to, leave the nest and go around and have sex with prostitutes or something like that, or whatever. So I'm sure he does it, but you never know. So anyways, so moving forward, so there's another little white woman, not as attractive as the first one, and so the guy's like putting out the chickens, right, for the the whole chicken crap. So Sprouts chickens, they're freaking $15, right? Like a Walmart chicken's like what, $4.99, $5.99, $15. Holy crap! But they're organic, whatever the fuck that means. What does that mean, anyways? Organic what? So she goes, she grabs the chicken, right, and then the guy's like putting the chickens on, and then she's like, I don't really want this one. That one looks better because it's a little more well done. Do you mind if I switch it? I'm like, baby, what do you mean? Does he mind if you switch it? Baby, you can start opening up chickens and start taking bites out of them and throw them up in the fucking air, and they don't care. They would rather your pretentious little douchebag self continue to shop at this store for the next 30 years than to kick you out because you started eating $3 birds in front of everybody. It's such a stupid question. You can do whatever you want. So stupid. I just bored like 5 minutes to eat. I don't know. This wasn't interesting. This is just an observation. I'm trying to like be more, upload more on this channel and just, to observe things or whatever. So finally, before I left, one thing that I like to do when I go to Sprouts is I like to, because I've been letting myself go, so I'm just like, fuck it, carp hell, here I come. So I got this cornbread. Now the cornbread is pretty good. It's traditional cornbread, right? And the cashier, right? He looked like Will Ferrell if he lost at everything in life. And he's like, "Hey, man, you ever tried the jalapeno version?" And I said, "Look, sir, I don't." I don't want to be a part of your jalapeno nonsense. I don't like change. I don't like when people do weird things, like they start, do this fusion crap with Korean food and Mexicans. Like, get the hell out of here. I don't like change. I like everything to remain the same, and I just don't like it. So that's all I wanted to say, really. So, peace out.